G'day viewers, welcome to Senior Representative Week. How are you, PT?
I'm excited. Like you say, Rep Footy's here and it's all the focus.
Absolutely. Now we're sporting a couple of magnificent pieces of clothing here. I've got the 2012 Rep Team jacket. It's a real thick one, nice big hoodie here. We went down to Nowra that year, so it was pretty important to be nice and warm, and it was. It's not looking that warm for you there, that one, mate.
No, you haven't gone too far back in the archives, but I've gone full-blown retro here, straight from the wardrobe of the great Sir James Woodlock. This is the 1988 version, so the 30-year anniversary. And I'll tell you what, Crawls, I'm hoping this year they played in Cairns, because this has not given me any warmth, I've got to tell you.
30 years.
30 years.
Timmy Woodlock, you are the king of hoarding. That is unbelievable.
We will have blokes playing in our rep team this year who are younger than this jacket.
Oh, well and truly.
And girls in the women's team. How about that?
Absolutely. Fantastic. So it is all about rep footy this weekend in the seniors. General bye, the North West coming over. The CEX Coffs International Stadium, magnificent surface.
Magnificent surface, yeah, a lot of work going on there, building an epic stadium, so we're going to take an epic game of footy, or a couple of epic games of footy over there for
Yeah, absolutely. So 1:15 for the ladies, first ever, let's say the real representative team. We did take a team to the North West last year, but it was basically anyone who put up their hand.
Yeah, only the second ever game of women's footy we'd staged. We went to Inverell, we put the call out, 19 hardy women put their hands up and said, we're prepared to go and brave the conditions over there.
This wouldn't have worked out there.
For them.
This would have been all right. Anyway, so yeah, the women's response has been unbelievable. I'm coaching the side and feel very privileged to be doing that with some great assistance from Brad Geary for the Breakers women's team, and Mel Hunt from the women's team at Port Macquarie. And Beck Minicelli also from Sawtell giving us a hand, which is fantastic. And the turnout's been unbelievable. I think we ended up with probably 40 women putting up their hand or coming to a session to be considered, which is just incredible. And it made for selecting a team very, very difficult. Apologies to those that have just missed out.
Yeah, a little bit heartbreaking having to tell some of those women, because the passion, the enthusiasm, the energy amongst all of them was phenomenal.
Yep.
And it's just heartbreaking to have to say to some of them, thanks, but not this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in true style, most of the women have already got back to us and said thanks for the opportunity and wish the team all the best of luck. So that's great to see.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a result, we've got a really, really strong team. Other than Cambridge McCormick, there might be one or two others, but other than that, nearly everybody that's the highest, the best players in our competition are playing, which is fantastic. We will have a very good team on the paddock, very balanced, some youth and some experience, and I really look forward to payback for the tragic loss over at Inverell last year.
Oh, mate, and like you say, I mean, a couple of girls there in Alani Eddy and Lily Doyle, who've just both represented New South Wales ACT under 18s, and from there being picked in the Eastern Allies to go to the national championships. You've got girls from Port Macquarie like Britt Hargraves, Australian futsal goalkeeper. You've got girls who've come from soccer, girls who've come from basketball, girls like Casey Wickerlotu, I think have come from professional wrestling. Just going to be a great team, a great day, great game of footy, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. It should be great, and that's leading into the men, being led by Brant Lee from Sawtell.
Yeah, Brant doing a fantastic job, along with Chris Buff-Curtois from up at Grafton there. Two fellas have stepped in for the first time this year and really taken it on board and really embraced it and doing a fantastic job with it. So
nice mix there too of youth.
Yeah, again, great blend. You were about to say youth. I'm probably going to come from the other end of the scale and say, we've got guys there like Lukey Matthews, who I think we've got some people whipping up the 100 rep game banner for Lukey.
Magnificent.
I think certain Brad Greenshields told me he first debuted about 14 years ago and kicked 8 goals in a rep game or something along those lines. But along with him, Mr. Footy, Luke Stanford, fresh from his stint with the Swans in the NEFL this year. Just another one he chalks off there. Matt Flynn. Brings the average age of the team up a little bit, but been there, done that, pretty much everything for Flinny. So, those guys really there to, will provide fantastic leadership and steer the blokes around the park really well. together with a bunch of some really exciting young guys who are just tearing it up in our local competition. So Ronan Leslie, Lockie Glover from up at Grafton, Isaac King having a wow of a season down in Port Macquarie. Guys like young Perksy and others over at Sawtell, Noodle Velt going well for Sawtell, for Breakers rather. Whoops. If he's not leading the goal kicking charts, he'll be right up there. So it's a really good blend, really good mix, and it should go well, I think.
Yeah, terrific. So that's 11:15, 1:15 and then 3 o'clock, ladies and men.
Yeah.
But the day's been kicked off by the Masters.
Yes.
Masters footy's alive and well on the North Coast. Absolutely. Leading into the carnival, the national carnival at the end of the year, which will be fantastic. Big Dan Perry and his crew are doing a power of work. They're everywhere on social media. Saw Horse Longmire promoting the event the other day.
Yes, stay tuned. I think there might be another one next too, so not too much early.
A legend, maybe?
I think he might have been, it might have been.
Absolutely. So that carnival, for anyone that's been living under a rock and hasn't seen, is after the AFL Grand Final, so 30th of September through to the 6th of October in Coffs. 4 days of footy, which is fantastic. But a fairly big party, I think, as well over the week.
Yeah, I mean, carnival that runs for about 8 weeks, 4 days of footy, you say. They must be doing something else in the meantime, mate. What else is happening?
Bonville Golf.
Bonville Golf.
Never too much golf at
Matt
Bonville.
Daggers looked after him out there.
Absolutely. TAB race meeting.
Wowee.
Yeah, there's a couple of dinners thrown in there, I think, as well. So it's a big ticket.
I heard a whisper about the race meeting too. Is there a particular race that might be named?
Dan Perry Cup, is it?
I believe so.
Are you serious?
You've heard it here first.
Wow, I hadn't heard that. That's unbelievable. Congratulations, Dan. But more specifically, the Masters this week, 11:15 a.m. They're kicking off the great day of rep footy at the stadium.
Yeah. A bunch of guys coming over from North West.
Absolutely.
Led by Tony Bishop, the great Bishop from out of Tamworth.
Yeah, so a few of them came over a couple of years ago and loved it.
Yeah.
So a few have been coming over again. So if you've got any friends out that way that might be interested in coming over and having a kick, get on board. It should be a great day. 11:15, you need to be there by, get organised into teams to have a kick around. And the fantastic surface, it always encourages the old blokes to come out and have a kick. One thing I've noticed, mate, is that we're prolonging some careers with Masters, which is really, really good. But there's a few blokes that have come to Masters and then transitioned either back into reserves or playing some reserve footy for the clubs, which is just fantastic to see and keeping people involved longer and getting them back involved at clubland. Yeah,
it certainly had a positive spin-off, like you say. Some guys who hang around a bit longer because of Masters, and some guys brand new to the game coming in and joining. So, guys are loving it and really whetting the appetite to play more footy.
Yep, absolutely. So just if you're interested in having a game, over 35s, pop out to the stadium, 11:15 a.m. start, and you'll have a game of footy with a great bunch of blokes that all look after each other, and there's no silliness. And touch wood, most of the games get through totally unscathed, which is terrific.
Well done, mate. Big Dan will be proud of you for that, bloke. Now, mate, before we move completely away from rep footy,
yep,
everybody's favourite segment. Where's Yoda? The call's gone out again this week. I've been on the phone to him.
Is he even in the state? Where is he?
Look, I'm not sure. He's got a bit of a cryptic out of office message on his email at the moment, so he's ducking and weaving. He's trying hard not to come in here, but good news is there's still about another 4 weeks to the Rep Carnival here in Coffs, so hopefully, folks, we know you all want to hear from him. We'll keep chipping away. He can't avoid our hard line of questioning for much longer. We'll get him on here.
Even if we have to get him in a headlock, we'll get him in here.
Absolutely.
Nice segue through to juniors, mate. It's about the halfway point of the year.
It is.
Roughly. And some really good competition going on. It's been great to see so many kids playing footy. The cross-conference rounds have been really successful in the 11s and 13s. Fantastic to see so many kids having a kick. People playing the games in great spirit, sharing of players, ending up in good games of footy has been really good. Under 15s competition is probably the one that's a little bit lopsided. Sawtell looking very hard to toss there.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Well and truly on top at
that's
the moment.
That's Yoda too, isn't it?
It is, yeah, that's Yoda inspired. So they've got an unfair advantage there, obviously. But no, the boys going well. That's a good group that've been together for quite a number of years now, and a good core of blokes who've played together for many years. So going well there in the 15s, undefeated at the moment. Youth girls, I guess you got Breakers backing up from the premiership last year, and
Yep.
I guess initially on paper, I guess people thinking going to be hard to get close to Breakers, but Grafton are well and truly applying the pressure.
Yeah, Grafton have beaten them twice, I think.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty tight there at the top. Coffs are on top, but only just. But yeah, good competition there. And really, if you don't have your players there or you're not on song on the day, you'll get rolled. So that's been terrific.
Yeah, and I think both Port and Macleay Valley in that age group, their girls are probably that little bit younger.
Yep.
So again, if they can keep those teams together for the next couple of years,
Yeah, absolutely.
they'll have a couple of great little teams there.
The 13s and the 11s though, now this is where it really gets hotly contested.
It does.
This is where obviously our numbers are strongest in those two age groups. And in the 13s, Port and Grafton have sort of snuck away down. They are at the top.
Yes.
And looking really strong. I've seen both those teams play and they certainly look really good. Some good size about both of the teams, some really good skilled players.
Yeah.
And some good coaching has got some really good teamwork happening for both those teams.
Yeah, look, it's an interesting scenario because, like you say, it's where our big numbers are. It's where we're playing the two conferences. And obviously Port and Grafton sitting in the opposite conferences, so they don't see a lot of each other. Had a ding-dong battle down at Bellow in the first round of crossover stuff. It's going to be good to see.
Yeah. And Macleay Valley Eagles, the Bellingen Bulldogs and the Coffs Breakers are probably the other three that look like they're going to really battle it out for the last two spots in the finals. And look, that looks like being a really good competition all the way through to stumps, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. And then likewise under 11s is another one that's quite really quite close.
Yeah.
Now Bucka Valley Lions, their second year. Had a I suppose first year in with a pretty young crop of players last year in 11s. Won a few games, but have really stepped up this year.
Yep.
Really playing good footy. They're right up there along with Port Macquarie White, and also Northern Beaches Blues.
Yeah.
Port Macquarie White. How pleasing is it this year that the team that's coached by Luke White is Port Macquarie White. Last year it was Port Macquarie Black, and geez, that was confusing.
That has made life much easier. I did notice that there was a young boy from the Breakers playing in the light team with a surname Dark. Has that confused you a couple of times this year?
I tried to ask him to play him in the other team.
So those three certainly look like they'll get into the finals and fight for that top two spots.
Yes.
But like Breakers, Dark, Saints at Sawtell, and then the Dockers look like they're really going to fight out. So well done to the Dockers first year of footy, and they're up and about and a real chance to make the finals, which is fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're going really well. But good to see that spread right across. From both halves of the competition.
Yep, absolutely. Viewers, I hope you've enjoyed the show. Saturday out at the stadium. Make sure you get out there. It should be a cracking day of footy. Weather looks like it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be a fantastic day. And don't forget the Masters if you want to have a kick at 11:15.
Yeah, temperature probably will drop off a little bit when the sun goes down. So probably the second half of the senior game, I'll be out there in the 30-year anniversary jacket. If you see me shivering, come and give me a hug. Warm me up a little bit.
Absolutely. I'll have this big thick one on, so I'll be right.
Right, viewers, we'll see you at the footy.
Enjoy.